Funerals are supposed to be sacred, a place where people put aside their differences, where silence and respect are the only languages spoken. My father's funeral was meant to be that for me, a chance to say goodbye to the man who raised me, who taught me everything I know about strength, kindness, and what it means to be a man. But instead, it became the day I learned what kind of person I was really with. The church was packed. My father had touched many lives, and the pews overflowed with people from every stage of his past. Neighbors, co-workers, old friends. I sat in the front row with my family, my hands trembling as I clutched the folded program with his picture on it. I wasn't prepared for the wave of grief that hit me when the service began. The music, the speeches, the stories, it all broke something inside me. I tried to hold it together, but when they played his favorite song, I couldn't stop the tears. My chest heaved, my face burned, and I wept openly in front of everyone. And that's when it happened. I felt a shift beside me, the faint sound of a whisper. I didn't want to hear it, but grief sharpens your senses in strange ways. My girlfriend leaned closer to her friend, her voice low but not low enough. "Can you believe he's crying like that?" It's kind of embarrassing. The words cut through the hymn like a blade. I froze, my breath catching in my throat. At first I thought I imagined it. Surely I hadn't heard her right. Not here, not today. But then her friend stifled a laugh, and my stomach dropped. She had really said it. In the middle of my father's funeral, as I broke down mourning the man who raised me, the woman who was supposed to love me mocked me for my tears. I sat there in silence, numb, my grief twisted into something else. Shame, humiliation, rage, all tangled into a knot in my chest. My tears didn't stop, but now they carried a different weight. The service went on. People stood up to speak. Memories were shared. Prayers were whispered. But I barely heard any of it. All I could hear was her voice replaying in my head. "Can you believe he's crying like that?" When it was over, I shook hands, accepted hugs, and murmured thanks. But the entire time I felt hollow. I couldn't look at her, couldn't even stand near her. Later, at the reception in the church hall, she acted like nothing had happened. She chatted with people, smiled, even tried to put her arm around me. I pulled away. Finally, when we were alone outside, I turned to her. "Why would you say that?" My voice cracked. She blinked. "Say what?" "You know what?" I snapped. "At the funeral. To your friend. You said I was embarrassing for crying." Her eyes widened, then narrowed. "Oh my God, you heard that?" "Yes, I heard it," I said, my voice shaking with anger. "Everyone probably heard it. And you think I'm embarrassing?" She crossed her arms defensively. "I didn't mean it like that. It was just, I don't know. You were crying so hard. I didn't know what to do. It made me uncomfortable." "Uncomfortable," I repeated. "My dad is dead. I lost my father. And you're worried about being uncomfortable?" She rolled her eyes. "You're overreacting. People cry, I get it. I just didn't expect you to fall apart like that. I thought you were stronger." Stronger? The word felt like poison. I stared at her, realizing in that moment that she didn't understand me at all. That she didn't understand grief, love, or compassion. That to her, strength meant silence, and vulnerability meant weakness. My father taught me the opposite. He taught me that strength is found in honesty, that it takes more courage to show emotion than to hide it. And as I stood there, staring at the woman who belittled me at his funeral, I knew he would be ashamed of me if I stayed with her. I didn't argue further. I didn't shout. I just walked away. In the days that followed, she tried to apologize. She sent texts, left voicemails, even showed up at my door once. But it was too late. You don't come back from words like that. You don't get a second chance after mocking someone in the rawest moment of their life. Because funerals reveal more than just grief. They reveal character. And at my father's funeral, I lost not only my dad, but also the illusion that the woman beside me cared about who I truly was. Sometimes it takes tragedy to see the truth, and the truth was clear. I couldn't marry someone who saw my tears as shame instead of love. So when people ask me now why that relationship ended, I don't go into detail. I don't tell them about the whisper, or the laugh, or the shame that burned through me in the church that day. I just say, because when I cried for my father, she couldn't cry with me, and that told me everything I needed to know.